Hello and welcome to the Intermediate English course. In this lesson we will revise auxiliary verbs do, be and have. If you want to ask a question in English, say a negative sentence or give a short answer, we should use auxiliary verbs. For example, do you have lunch in an office? Yes, I do. I haven't packed yet. Is she looking at you? No, she isn't. Do, have and is are auxiliary verbs. They are used with different tenses. Let's have a look at each of them. If we talk about simple tenses, we use an auxiliary verb do. It changes its form according to the past and present tense. Do or does for the present and did for the past. For example, do you study hard or did you study hard? By the auxiliary verb do or did, we understand what time it is, present or past. If we talk about perfect tenses, the auxiliary verb is have. In the present, it has two forms, have or has, and in the past, had. Has she opened the present yet? Or had she opened the present by the time you came? So in the first question, we have the present perfect tense, and in the second, the past perfect. Auxiliary verbs, has and had, help us to understand it. The verb be can be used both as an auxiliary and a full verb. We can easily distinguish between them as the auxiliary verb be will always have another main verb in a sentence. For example, I am a lawyer. Am is a full verb here. But in the sentence I am studying the law, am is an auxiliary verb as the main verb is studying. The verb to be has forms am, is, are in the present and was and were in the past. As an auxiliary verb, it can be used in continuous tenses and passive voice. For example, she is reading a very interesting book now, the example of present continuous. The book was read 3 times, the example of passive voice. Now let's move to the questions and see how we use the auxiliary verbs there. There are 2 main types of questions which we use in our speech: yes/no questions and special or so-called WH questions. Common questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no are logically called yes/no questions. They are also called general questions because we use them to know general information. For example, do you work in an office? Did you open the box? Is it cold outside? Was he hungry? As you see, in yes/no questions, we raise the intonation at the end of the sentence. The answer can be brief yes or no, or a longer answer like yes I do or no I don't, work in an office for example. The response depends on the verb which we use in the question. Remember the rule: answer the question the way it was asked. So if the question is did you, the answer will be I did or I didn't. If the question is does he, the answer is he does or he doesn't. It is similar to other auxiliary verbs. For example, is she happy? Yes, she is, or no, she isn't. Have you done your home task? Yes, I have, or no, I haven't. Unlike yes/no questions, special questions use a question word to ask specific information. We put the question word at the beginning of the sentence. There are 6 question words: who, what, where, when, why, and how. For example, where are you? When did he come? Why are you learning English? How many apples do you eat per week? We use special questions to get specific information. This is why the answer will be more detailed. Compare yes/no question and WH question. Are you learning English? Why are you learning English? In the first question, we want to know general information, and the answer will be short: yes, I am, or no, I'm not. But in the second question, the information that you are learning English is given. I want to know the reason. This is why I add the question word why. Also note the intonation. Are you learning English? The intonation goes up. Why are you learning English? The intonation goes down because we emphasize the question word. And the third type of the questions where the auxiliary verbs are used is echo questions. Echo questions are used to check understanding or show interest. For example, when we can't believe anyone would ask such a question or give such information. If we use echo questions to show interest, our voice goes down and then goes up. Look, I grew up in Mexico. Did you? The sentence I grew up in Mexico is in past simple, so we take the auxiliary verb of past simple did, the subject, and make an echo question. Did you? I'm quite good at cooking. Here is present simple for the verb to be, so the echo question will be with the verb to be in present. Are you? So we use the same rule here. We ask the echo question the way the sentence was said. And let's sum up the information. In English, there are three main auxiliary verbs: do, be, and have. They help us to express a tense. And if we want to express our thoughts clearly, it is important to remember how to use them.